Hey guys, this is Eskimo Poodle, and we're back to Let's Play Bloodborne on the Sony PlayStation 4. Last time, we finished up the Alien Lauren level 3, or layer 3 Chalice. It was a royal pain in the testicles. Primarily because the last boss was, or the boss there, the Abhorrent Beast, was just a real pain in the ass. I tried for an hour and a half, which you guys are going to see, or, okay, the entire first attempt of the dungeon itself took an hour and a half. The boss took maybe about 30 or 40 minutes of those attempts, and then some. And then I did it off screen and failed. And then finally I found a cooperator to summon with the other summon, the NPC summon, and I was able to actually kill the damn thing. So yeah, it worked out pretty good. And today we're going to go ahead and level up our arcane to 40, and then head off to the DLC. Now, you may have noticed at the very end of the last episode that I have a whole bunch of Hunter's Marks and Bloodstone Shards and Twin Shards and Antidotes and all sorts of other stuff is at pretty high quantities here. Why? Because I did some farming. Why? Because this way I don't have to worry about doing farming later. Madman's Knowledge, I think there's a way to actually farm these, but it's going to require us to do other stuff first, sadly. But yeah, I have a lot more consumable stuff, and all my weapons, every single one, to include the threaded cane, is up to +6. All my stuff over here is at +6. So there we go, good stuff. And yeah, the way I got all these blood echoes is kind of a cheat, but not really. Somebody else is actually cheating, not me. I'm just taking advantage of what they did. So I went ahead and on this final ritual altar, I created a dungeon. Down on the bottom, Chalice Glyph, cummmfpk. You enter that, you get this dungeon right here, and it's a Thumaru. And I think somebody like save edited the dungeon, but I'm still using it because it's not going to like mess up my game or anything like that. It's just going to enable me to get blood echoes fast in order to stock up on blood vials and whatnot. So after that, you'll notice it says depth 8. Yeah, the dungeon's only supposed to go up to depth 5. So yeah. But really, this is just a real fast way to get your blood echoes. I'm not going to use it for levels. I'm going to use it for just stocking up on materials that way I don't have to go farm other places. So yeah. So what you do is you come in here and you go right about to these messages right here, assuming you're online, and somebody over there is dying. When this somebody dies, you get a whole bunch of blood echoes. Yeah, with the final moon on, you get the amount of blood echoes that I had at the start of the video because I said fuck it and just went to get this last level before we got to the dungeon. I haven't used it for any other levels. I've just used it for maxing out my blood vials and making sure I have a nice stock of upgrade materials. Now you'll notice something here. If you look at my health, I currently have very, 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 very little health. How little? 14 health. Yeah, so apparently this is like an ultra cursed dungeon where you have minimal amounts of health. So I would not recommend going too far in the dungeon because anything here will kill you in a matter of one hit, pretty much. But if you want to get more than just the echoes from this guy right here, then kill that guy right there. And also there's other guys. Something to watch out for though when you come in here. Don't run really fast. Just walk up here. Look over there and watch for the numbers dying. If you just come in and you just sprint past it, and then try to go back, a lot of times, most of the times actually, it will not trigger and you'll have to reload the area. So yeah, just use your Bold Hunter's Mark to reload the area without having to go back to the Hunter's Dream, and then you can just go over here and get your blood echoes again. But yeah, if you run too fast, he decides that he's just not going to do it, and yeah, it's not really worth it. Come down here if you want a couple extra blood echoes. Don't go over there because there's a whole swarm of rats and they will kill you because anything will kill you in one hit. So assuming you have the ability to kill things in reasonably quick hit, this guy right here that's asleep, he'll give some blood echoes there. I think he gives 26,000 with all 3 moon runes. And this guy takes 2 hits, so he's a bit more dangerous, but charged R2 and the R2 works out pretty good. And then look around the corner. This guy right here is staring at you. You wait for him to turn around. Takes him a few seconds, but yeah, eventually he'll turn around, and then you backstab him, and that's an extra 75,000 and 90,000 blood echoes here. So you're getting, assuming you have all 3 moon runes on, you're going to be getting quite a fair chunk of blood echoes here. So yeah, real nice. And falling damage is still just based off your health, not your current max health, not your total max health. So you can survive those drops. That's easy enough. And then yeah, just use your Bold Hunter's Mark to get out and respawn everything, which I'm not going to do since we're done in here. But that's a real good way to get your blood echoes. I'm only going to use it to buy stuff, and I think I've bought most of the stuff that I'm going to buy. Just a whole bunch of the first 2 buyable upgrade materials just to make my life easier for upgrading weapons, and you know, just stocking up on blood echoes and other consumables. So other than that, I'm not going to be using it for levels. I'm going to earn my levels proper, like except for the level or 2 we get out of this. Let's see, 1, 2. Maybe we can get 3 levels out of this. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just do that. Trying to decide if I actually want to do health and vitality, or if I want to just keep up pumping damage. So that, with Arcane at 40, that's about as far as I'm going to go there to get to the ability to use the spell that we have. There we go, and then yeah, let's just go ahead and put vitality and endurance up to 30 because you know it'd be nice to have more than what we currently have. There we go. And we still got some blood echoes left. Let's go ahead and let's see. I haven't bought any of you guys because I haven't really cared about you guys, but there we go. We're all maxed out there. Cool. And that is how to get way too many blood echoes if you're playing online. Yeah, it's a bit cheesy, a bit cheap, but really, it's not that big of a deal since it's just all it's doing, in my opinion, especially since I'm only using it for items over here that we have to farm for anyways. It's just saving time, so screw it. I mean, now if you decided to go do that and just farm up to the maximum blood level possible, yeah, that'd be a bit more cheap than other, but I'm not going to be doing that. So, the final hunter item, which we saw in the fight before Call Beyond here, create small star explosion. This thing uses a whole bunch of bullets, and it does this. Yeah, it creates like a little nova explosion. I don't think it like homes in on anything, which is a real shame. But yeah, seven bullets per pop, and it's reasonably powerful, especially when you get to the higher levels. Yeah. Anyways, we're going to be doing the DLC. If you have the DLC after beating Vigar Amelia, there will be an item on the steps here called the Blood Drunk Hunter's Eye, which I think we've already seen because I've already picked it up. Yeah, I have a Blood Drunk Hunter. His pupil is collapsed and turned to mush, indicating the onset of the Scourge of Beasts. A hunter who gets drunk with blood is said to be taken by a nightmare, destined to wander forever, engaged in an endless hunt. It is a fate that no hunter can escape. So that's what you need to start the DLC, and in order to actually get to the DLC, we want to go ahead and go to the Cathedral Ward. You remember way earlier in the game when something grabbed us and frenzied us? We're going to be doing that. Except it's not going to be the one that takes us to the lecture hall. It's going to be the one right outside the cathedral right here. Which I do believe is this way. Oh, I was about to say, you're not still alive, are you? Yeah, so right over this way. If you have the Blood Drunk Hunter Eye, you go stand right here. You get grabbied. There you go.
Cursed fiends, their children too. And their children forever true.
And this particular amygdala is dropping us off for the DLC. By the way, I don't remember if the amygdala we fought had that many tentacles on its face. I don't think it did. If it did, I don't recall. Frankly, it's not that big of a deal if it did or not, but I'm just curious. But anyways, we are back in the cathedral. What? No, we are actually in the Hunter's Nightmare, which is the hub for the DLC here. And it starts off looking a whole bunch like the areas we've already been to, and then you go outside and it looks significantly less like it. Yeah, everything's kind of topsy-turvy. Kind of looks like Tim Burton was here during his Nightmare Before Christmas phase a little bit. So, yeah, whole lots to go on here. There's going to be a glitch here that I'm going to be utilizing to get a whole bunch of bloodstone chunks. I'll be showing you guys how to do that. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. That just means you have to farm up insight to go farm them, or you have to go kill werewolves or gargoyles at Castle Canehurst, or I'm sorry, at Castle Canehurst for the gargoyles, or Upper Cathedral Ward for the werewolves. Yeah, this guy, he's using the weapon that what is Vitus was using. That's the Beast Claw, or the not the Beast Claw, the Beast Cutter. And we're going to be getting that as one of our first weapons, actually. Old Hunter Cap, there we go. A nice new piece of armor. I don't think it's terribly great, but let's check real fast. They don't have any real order in here, which is a shame, but whatever. Old Hunter Cap with a wide brim that hides their sharp gaze. In the old days, when hunters were 10 a penny, this was part of their standard garb. And pretty standard defenses for the most part. Not great bolt or rapid poison, but hey, it's there. You got blood vials that I don't need, so I'm all stocked up. But I've been stocked up on blood vials for a while because of other farming that I did. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue back up this path right here. Yeah, that's just going to be a shortcut path right there that we were just at, so we're not going to worry about that too much. And you is not the hunter or beast or me, and I'm not fond of that. Yeah, this is actually probably a better look at the Beast Cutter, simply for the fact that we didn't get a chance to look at it too much earlier because we were in the middle of a boss fight. I mean, you can see it a little bit, but you're definitely seeing it better here with this guy attacking you. Yeah, that guy came down and he killed that beast right there. If we had gone faster, we would have seen it. More blood vials. Let's see. Yeah, actually, let's see what's going on down here real fast, because this is always pretty cool. Alright, so we come down to fight these guys, and they're not too terribly dangerous for the most part. And there's supposed to be somebody coming down and doing stuff here. But yeah, I feel kind of bad fighting these guys. Yeah, there we go, that guy right there. He comes down with his weapon called the Boom Hammer, which is the fire weapon that it's kind of like the nitrous in the fact that it does elemental damage for its transformation, but it also only works for one attack, so that's a shame. Yeah, he comes down and just starts hammering on these guys. I feel kind of bad for these guys. These guys are actually scared of us. Like, yeah, they're attacking us, but at the same time, they're not. They're like terrified of these hunters right here. I don't know if it's because the hunters have fire or something, but yeah, they're pretty terrified, and they're all cowering about it. And frankly, not a huge fan of the cowering. Madman's knowledge. Thank you, I need that. But I think there's going to be a way for us to get more Madman's knowledge. It's going to require being able to create straight in Chalice Dungeons, so we have to get a little further in the Chalice Dungeons even more, but eventually we will be able to do it, and that'll be nice. But by that point, we're basically ready to go to New Game Plus, where you're going to get about 50 uses, or 50 items of the Madman knowledge anyway, so, oh well. Yeah, if you could unlock it earlier, it'd be nice, but oh well. Anyways, yeah, so that happened down there. The hunters came down and did their stuff. Let's see what's Actually, yeah, we could go that way, but there's stuff on the little path right here first, I think. Bad man's knowledge again. Thank you. Honestly, the best use for Insight at this point, besides summoning, is for buying upgrade materials of the chunk and rock variety, since you can just buy the regular and twins for blood echoes. But because they're so expensive, 20 and 60 for the chunk and the rock respectively, well, I'm going to find other ways to get them, aka Chalice Dungeons and the glitch in here that lets us get all the chunks that we need. It just makes my life easier. Right, so there's doggies everywhere that we don't want to watch out. We don't want to deal with. This guy scared the balls out of me. Oh, and he's using a pretty cool weapon. That I forget when we get it. Yeah. Notice how it kind of looks like the saw spear, saw cleaver. This is like the prototype version of that, except it has a couple differences. It's not serrated, for one, so it's actually less effective than the other two weapons because, well, serrated is good against beasts. And secondly, it starts off in the long form instead of the curved up form. So it starts off in like the sword form instead of like the handheld form. And I think the pants are just going to say the same thing that we already saw. We just got... oh, I'm on the wrong one. I was about to say. I can't find them. Protected countless hunters from the beasts in older age. Widespread relief for the period was that beast blood crept up the right leg, and this led to the double wrap belt. Huh. That's kind of funny. Okay. Yeah, and I kind of feel bad about killing these guys, because half the time they just cower as you slaughter them. But oh well. Have Mercy Hunter. I'm good on Mercy, thanks. Actually, that reminds me. I'm not going to worry about you, but I am going to go ahead and put on... auger here for purposes eventually. Actually, you know what? Okay, let's go ahead and get more blood echoes to use on or call beyond in case we decide to use that, because, well, we have plenty of blood echoes here. Or, yeah, we have plenty of blood vials just hanging around everywhere if I can find them. There we go. Alright, cool. And let's go ahead and see what's up this little path right here. Not a whole lot, but you see your old friend over here. And if you don't, well, you'll see it in a minute. That's for sure. Yeah, they do that stuff. They do all that good stuff there. And this guy, I think he's using the repeating pistol. The one that shoots 2 bullets at once. He might be using something else, I'm not sure. And you didn't die. Temporary damp blood jam, awesome. There's going to actually be a real dangerous enemy up there, but for now, let's just go ahead and grab everything else here to include more blood vials we don't need. And what else? Oh, that's another boomhammer hunter. Nice. Ow, that hurt. Okay. Yeah, whenever he primes up his weapon like that, that's his transformed state for the boomhammer there. You know what? I don't think the hammer is working here just for the fact that it's not the fastest on this guy. That's for sure. I'm kind of surprised that the hammer is as fast as it is. There we go. Get a parry there with the auger instead of having to switch over to the gun. That's excellent use of the auger there, if I do say so myself. And frankly, I'm not the one that figured that out. Somebody else. I was watching somebody else's walkthrough, and they were using it for parries and stuff, and that's when I started using it. There's the Beast Cutter, which is the giant whip that we had. And there we go, we're back to the area over here. Cool. Go ahead and heal up and grab more blood vials. Oh, that's vermin. Nice. Wait, what room do I have on that they're dropping vermin? No, I have the hunter. Huh. Then again, that guy might just drop it anyways. Quicksilver bullets, thank you. And these right here, kill these anytime you see them, because those are stationary turrets. And they'll be more than happy to do stuff to you that you'd rather not have them do. Alright, back to good blood vials here. And let's go ahead and deal with the enemy that I don't want to deal with. I think there might also be a bell ringing lady over here. Not sure. No, I think I'm thinking of the main game. All right, so over here, you'll notice these guys. And yeah, this is like a Cthulhu giant version of the Executioner enemy. He's big, he's bad, he's got a beard made out of tentacles, he hurts. When you kill him though, he's happy enough to drop 6 blood echoes for you every single time. But the problem is, you might not be very good at killing him. Similar to myself, who is not terribly great at it. Ow. Alright, so the plan there is try to get behind him and use the auger, but that didn't work. Luckily, we can just more or less run through a whole bunch of the enemies here. And actually, I think the bell-ringing chick might still be here, but she might not be showing up for some reason. I don't know. Okay, now this way with the shortcut open, we can just go ahead and go right around here. Deal with this idiot. Goodbye, sir. More blood vials. Ignore the crows because they don't care about us and we don't care about them. And then go back to the flaming trap area. Yeah, this is basically where... this is basically like right before the Car Amelia right here. For the most part, it looks like. This is where the dudes with the... I think they're actually called church servants. I never actually remember their name too much, but... there we go. I wish that ball would choose when to activate more consistently. Sometimes I think it's when you're close enough. Sometimes I think it's when you actually start attacking the enemies. I'm never terribly sure. I'm not terribly worried about losing blood echoes since, honestly, our stats are pretty fine right now. Alright, you, with the weapon. We need to talk. There we go. Alright, try us again. This time, let's not get clobbered by the goodness gracious great balls of fire variety here. You with the bullshit. Actually, I'm curious if that actually is the repeating pistol, because frankly, I don't think I've ever actually used the repeating pistol. Because I've always just said, hey, it uses 2 bullets, and I don't feel like dealing with that. I can't tell if that's what he had or not. No, that does not look like what he had. I don't know what he had then. Huh. Alright, one of you idiots probably has my echoes. Not that I'm terribly worried about it, but there. There we go. And I don't think we got any of them with that. I think with the big old Cthulhu face up here, you kind of do have to watch the little scene of him opening the door every single time. And if the bell ringing chick was here, she'd be right around here, I think. But I think that's mainly if somebody's trying to invade, now that I'm thinking about it. Alright, so we'll try to get up behind this guy. There we go. Auger. And there we go. That's the way to deal with them, if you can. But as you can see, they hurt like a motherfucker. These guys are incredibly dangerous. Alright, blood vials. Awesome. Cool. And then this right here is actually going to lead to a boss. And this is, I think, the Vicar Amelia boss chamber. Except I'm not sure if it actually has the upstairs area. Or if it does. Actually, I think it does, actually. But I don't think it's... I don't know if you actually visit the upstairs area of this or just someplace similar. And this thing right here, this massive creature, kind of looks a little familiar, huh? Kind of looks like the cleric beast from the very beginning of the game, except more lava-y and fiery. And we got the eye pendant there, which we actually needed to come pick up. Unlocks the surgery altar. There are 2 cathedrals in the Hunter's Dream. One lies past the River of Blood. Another contains the private research hall of the Healing Church. Only chosen members of the Healing Church or their lamentable patients can enter the research hall using this eye. Grants eyes to the surgery altar skull. Okay, cool. So we got ourselves that. That'll be useful for later. And yeah, this is going to be a boss right here, and he's reasonably tough. Actually, most of the bosses in the DLC are reasonably tough. There's one that's... There's 1 or 2 for sure that are reasonably easy, and then 2 or 3 for sure that are really hard. Bullets, and that's just vials right there. More blood vials we don't need. And here is the forward path. And here's where it doesn't start looking at, like, anywhere we've been, well, pretty much at all. Yeah. It's like a crumpled, falling apart Yarnum. With a really cool effect on the moon or the sun or whatever that is right there. It looks like the sun, actually. Yeah, really neat effect. And this guy, he has several Gatling gun machines at his disposal. So you want to watch out for those, because they hurt. And yeah, there's a skeleton of an amygdala out here for some reason. It's actually pretty cool, but, you know, this guy is ruining the view. Yeah, I don't know why there's just a random amygdala skeleton, but it is there, as well as more stuff that I'm not terribly fond of there. And I can't tell if that guy was using... What was he using? Whatever he was using weapon-wise, it wasn't anything for me, that's for sure. Alright, and these guys, they have a new item for us. That guy particularly, he has a delayed Molotov. It goes on the... Actually, they both have it. Okay, cool. Yeah, they toss them on the ground, and after 5 seconds, they explode. There you go, you're still using your boom hammer. We're going to get that eventually, but I'm not sure when, actually. Goodbye, sir. Debring Damp Blood Jam 5, thank you. I wanted you guys to calm down with the exploding Molotov things. I mean, I barely use the ones I have. I think we're going to get something that lets us buy those, as well as the boom hammer. but we have to go a little bit further here. This, yeah, these structures really just remind me of The Nightmare Before Christmas for some reason. You know what? While we're here, let's go ahead and pop on our Hunter's Torch, which I upgraded for shits and giggles because why not? Was it necessary? No. But if I need to do fire damage without using bullets, there we go. I can just kind of poke them with the torch there. Neat. And there's a delayed Molotov, which, well, that's what the guys outside were using. Not going to bother reading their description because I don't care. Let's see. Down there's an item, but we're going to worry about that momentarily. And you remember this guy, right? He was pretending to be dead earlier. Except this time, he actually is dead. And he has a fucking firebomb explosion trap right there. With the boom hammer, nice. I thought we got a badge for that. We'll read the weapon descriptions momentarily, but for now, we got other stuff to do, like this. Let's see. I think that's a shortcut. We'll go there momentarily. Where is that item that I was looking at earlier? I don't recall. Yeah, let's go grab that item real fast. Actually, we might need to go to that way for... Old Hunter top hat. We got the Old Hunter hat and the Old Hunter top hat, but we still need the rest of the clothes. In the old days, when hunters were 10 a penny, this was part of their standard garb. Warped by bloodstains. Yeah, not bad. There's a couple sets in here that are pretty good, but for the most part, they're not that terribly awesome. But they're there. Alright, there is a hunter fight coming up here, and if I remember correctly, he's kind of a bastard. And that looks like a chest, but it's not, sadly. Oh well. Actually, with the delayed Molotovs and stuff, they might just be available for purchase now that we've picked up one or two more Beast Blood pellets. And that's supposed to be a small hint as to what you're about to be facing right here. Because we're going to be facing this guy who is using the Beast Claws. And he's actually using... If I can get to my gun there. He's actually using the weapon... not the weapon, but the moveset that you get in the DLC here. For the Beast Claws. Because I mentioned before that you can unlock a special moveset for the Beast Claws here in the DLC. Yeah, he's pretty fast, pretty aggressive, but because he's so close range, he's not that hard to deal with for the most part. Just stay up on him. And there we go. If you have more health and stamina than I do, then you could probably do pretty good. Oh, there's the Fire Hunter badge, nice. If you have more health and stamina than I do, then you could probably just go ahead and stun lock him even better. But since I don't, well, I did what I could. And it worked out pretty good either way. And okay, there's the Fire Hunter badge, which lets us buy the delayed Molotovs and some other stuff. Of the Oto workshop. Of the old Oto workshop. Okay. Oh, I thought someone was attacking me. You know what? Let's go see if we can find someplace to hang out that doesn't involve... Oh, I thought there was a shortcut here. I guess it's just this guy. I really thought there was a shortcut here. Oh well. I guess we're fine then. Badge crafted by the Oto Workshop, precursor to the workshop of the heretical powder kegs. The powder kegs were driven by singular ideas and crafted strange weapons of great intricacy. It is clear that the philosophy of the powder kegs was already established at this time. So yeah, it's basically powder keg beta. Matter of fact, let's go check out the two weapons that we've got here: Beast Cutter and Boom Hammer, real fast. All right, so Boom Hammer. It's a nice one-handed hammer in all forms because, well, that's just how it is. Nice jump attack, charge attack here. Not bad, not bad. Actually, it's not a bad move pool, that's for sure. I kind of like it. But all right, let's see how the charge R2. It doesn't seem like it has anything for the anything past the charge R2. No, it does not. Okay, and then for your transformation, you ignite it with fire, and then it's used up on the next hit. And apparently that's the transformation attack right there. Yeah, let me see something here. If we do... Okay, so it doesn't have a transform attack back into normal mode. Fair enough. And yeah, let's see. It does real good on like the jump attack, and then I think it real good on the the charge R2 right there. But it could be wasted on something like, you know, the rolling attack right there or something like that. If the fire buff was more like the Tonitrus where it lasted a few seconds instead of one hit, I'd probably like it more. But as it is, it's okay. And it is a pretty decent strength weapon. I think it'll end up as a strength, I think, at plus 10. Pretty tolerable fire damage for the most part. Trick weapon used by the old hunters and crafted by the workshop heretics, the powder kegs. I'm kind of surprised it was crafted by the powder kegs and not, you know, the Oto dudes. Giant hammer equipped with a miniature furnace. When ignited and fired, it emits a volley of flame that explodes furiously upon impact. Crush the beasts and burn them. The brute simplicity of the boom hammer was favored by hunters with an acute distaste for beasts. Cool. And then we got our big club here, our big beast cutter. Yeah, it's just a giant club in this form, pretty much. And there's nothing wrong with that. The only problem is it's not very fast. When you get to the transform mode, then it's really not very fast. Okay, again, that does not have an extra on the charge 2. Let's see, we got a nice little transform attack there. And yeah, it's just a giant freaking Soul Calibur Ivy Whip. With a ton of range, as you can see. That's the R2 right there, and that's hitting... That is hitting forever away. Obviously, there's not going to be a charge R2 for it, sadly. But, you know, everything else about it, not too shabby. And it's surprising. I'm kind of surprised that stayed as the club for that right there. Let's see here. Let's just go the R1 combo. So yeah, not terribly fast. But if you want a strength version of the whip, pretty much, then that's pretty much it right there. And it's not too shabby. I think this ends up with like a B scaling in strength. The thick iron cleaver slices through the toughest of beast's hides and will transform the blade splits into sections, allowing one to slash into in the fashion of a heavy whip. This crude weapon relies on brute force and is regrettably inelegant, suggesting how the hunts of the earliest hunters made for horrific affairs, painted in sanguine blacks and reds. So while not a bad weapon, it's probably not going to get too much screen time, sadly. But we'll try. Let's go ahead and put on... let's put on the wheel for now. Why not? Alright, so let's go ahead and finish off the rest of this real fast. I think we're actually reasonably close to a lantern here. And yeah, these guys are back. Yay. Luckily, these varieties that spit blood, they're significantly less annoying than the guys from Kaner's Castle. Cold blood. By the way, we're about to come up to a nice irritating area here. Matter of fact, you know what? Somebody's shooting at me, and I'm not terribly fond of that. Bastards. Ow, okay. I take back what I said. They're still dangerous. I still think the ones from Gaynor Castle give me more problems overall. And you guys are giving me tons of blood tinge gems. Alright, you're shooting at me. I forget if there's anything else up here besides the way forward, possibly. Okay, there's stuff over here. Yeah, this guy's still using his stuff there. You know, I'm curious, how will... Okay, I got reamed by the repeating pistol right there. You know, I think that's going to be a good place to stop. Next episode, we're going to continue on through the Hunter's Dream and do better. So guys, thanks for watching, or the Hunter's Nightmare, and do better. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.